right, we'll get started here. My name is Julie McDonough. I am the Director of Communications for the Newton Public Schools. Thank you for coming. We will have two short statements tonight. Mayor Ruthanne Fuller and School Committee Chair Chris Brezski. We'll have a short period of question and answers following the statements. And then if you'd like to conduct individual interviews following those statements and Q&A, you're welcome to do so. With that, I'll introduce Mayor Fuller.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ruthanne Fuller, Mayor of the City of Newton, and I'm very grateful that you are here with us tonight. And I'm joined by School Committee Chair Chris Brezski. Our Superintendent, Anna Nolan, is in the room as well. This is a sad day here in Newton. The Newton Teachers Association a short time ago voted to go on an illegal strike. In Newton, we value education. Students are our number one priority, and we have outstanding teachers here in Newton. The adults belong at the negotiating table. The students belong in the classroom. The NTA should not be putting kids in the middle. We've had a really tough few years here. It's been tough on our teachers. It's been tough on our families. It's been tough on our children. A strike just compounds the stress, the disruption, the anxiety. I so empathize with our parents and caregivers who are scrambling to find childcare. Some of them are going to miss work. Some of them will therefore not have a paycheck. We all know that budgets are an expression of values. Education is Newton's number one priority. It's my number one priority, and that's why I've always prioritized the budget of the Newton Public Schools. All of us want a competitive offer for our teachers and a sustainable contract. Thank you. I'll be happy to answer some questions in a few minutes. I welcome the chair of our school committee, Chris Brezski, to join me.
All right, and now we will have chair of the school committee, Chris Brezski.
Good evening. Acting in the best interest of students is the shared mission of the Newton School Committee, NPS administration, the Newton Teachers Association, and the mayor. And thus far, we have collectively failed to come to an agreement that works in the best interest of our students. But I want to be clear. A strike by the NTA, supported by the Massachusetts Teachers Association, is no collective failure. This strike is a choice. It is a unilateral and willful action on behalf of the unions to close our schools. There will emerge no winners from this, only losers, and our kids will lose the most. As a parent, I can't express enough the day-to-day gratitude that I feel towards my kids' teachers. I know so many parents around Newton feel the same. We love our teachers and we appreciate their dedication. But supporting our teachers doesn't preclude us from denouncing the destructive actions of the leadership of the NTA and MTA. There's no need to strike. The school committee is fully committed to reaching an agreement. I am fully committed to reaching an agreement. An NTA strike can't make us more committed when we are already fully committed. I call on our educators to return to work and recommit to all the great things you do for our kids every day. And I call on the union leadership to return to the bargaining table so we can get back to the collective mission of serving our kids. Thank you.
All right, did anyone have any questions right now, or do individual, and then I can direct it?
I have a question for Mayor Fuller.
Thank you.
So the teachers are claiming that there's roughly $55 million the city's sitting on that would be more than enough to close the gap that is causing the issue here. Why is that money not being utilized, or what is the disconnect if that money is available?
We've had some one-time funds, and we're so grateful we have. We've put them to work already and prioritized the Newton Public Schools. There's not piles of cash just waiting there to be deployed. In December, the superintendent, the chair of the school committee, and I sat down, for example, and collected some of these one-time monies, turned it into ongoing funding for the Newton Public Schools, and it's already a part of the offer that's on the table.
So are you saying that the Teachers Association, they have their information correct, there's not this money that's accessible that could be used? Is there money available to bridge the gap here?
The one-time monies have already been allocated and put to use.
Any other questions? Go ahead. Oh, is it for the chair or the mayor?
This would be for the mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
So as of now, obviously we just came from the press conference. Is there going to be negotiations tonight, or are negotiations off the table as of now, and you're confirming that there will be no school tomorrow?
I'll let the chair of the school committee is a more appropriate person to answer that question.
So we've offered to, throughout the course of these last 2 weeks, meet pretty much any day, anytime. Our last mediation session was on January 8th, at which time we offered multiple dates to meet, and the only date the union gave us was tomorrow. So we do have a mediation scheduled for tomorrow, whatever that means when they're on strike.
Where and when is that?
That's at the Education Center here.
And what is the union asking for? We know that there's a 6% increase annually over the next 3 years. That's coming from you. They say that that's not enough. What are they asking for?
So the variables we're really working through are the cost of living adjustments, benefits, and parental leave, along with a host of what they would term working conditions. Really us seeking the flexibility we need in the contract to be able to serve the kids and do what's best for them.
What do you think it says that 98% of the Teachers Association voted to go on strike, so nearly unanimous? What do you think that says about the situation at hand?
I think it says it's a terrible situation. Obviously, the teachers are not content with the offer we've put on the table, but we have to think about sustaining this organization, being able to provide what we need for our kids and still putting forth a competitive offer. We believe we have put forth a competitive offer. I know they would like a more competitive offer.
What's it going to take to come to an agreement at this point?
I don't know.
All right, we have time for one more question.
This is for Mayor Fuller. You had suggested yesterday, I think at a press conference, that you might go back to the voters regarding an operating override. Did you have any other information on that?
The Newton Public Schools and our students need a lot of investment. We've got a superb new superintendent who has a terrific plan for improving teaching and learning here. The additional monies will be needed to be invested in the Newton Public Schools to support our children. And I am confident that in the coming days that we will go back out to our voters and ask them to invest in the Newton Public Schools. Thank you all for being here. We're really grateful.
All right, thank you. If you'd like to do some individual interviews, the mayor and chair are available. Thank you.